What is up guys, Matt Ferrero here. Aputure has just released the second version of their Light Dome softbox, and we have it right here. The question is, should you spend $100 on a cheaper Amazon softbox, or should you spend twice as much and pick up one of these? We're gonna find out right now. We're gonna be comparing the $100 Godox P90L against the brand new $220 Aputure Light Dome 2. Both of these softboxes are 35" in diameter, and they both have a Bowens mount to mount to your favorite video light or strobe. Both softboxes have a black nylonish bag. The Godox has a simple Velcro flap at one end that just kind of screams dump things out of me. Then we have the Aputure, which comes in this nice little duffel style bag. The Aputure bag has a two-tone logo as well as red piping on the ends and a nice high quality zipper. You can feel that there is a 1/4 inch protective foam sewn right into it. Now for the goodies. What else is in the Godox bag? Aside from the 2 diffusion panels, nothing. I had to spend an extra $30 to get this honeycomb grid, and it doesn't even have a separate carrying case. It will just go into the Godox sack. The Light Dome comes with a magnetic filter holder and 2 separate storage pouches for your diffusion panels and your honeycomb grid. The Light Dome 2 makes a few improvements over the original. It goes from 8 to 16 supports, which give you an incrementally bigger light source without increasing the overall diameter. And it also integrates them in a brilliant way that makes setup and teardown an absolute breeze. As far as setup, you've seen that the Aputure is incredibly easy to set up, where this older design with the individual flexing rods that go into the mount does take quite a bit longer to set up and to tear down. So that definitely goes to the Aputure. The Godox rods are sewn right into the fabric, just like they are with the Aputure. You just have to bend the rod and insert them into the Bowen mount, just like you would have to in the version 1 of the Aputure Light Dome. Once you have the rods in, this is where it gets tricky. You have to install this second Velcro flap. Which is just about the exact same size as the opening, which doesn't give you a whole lot of slack to work with. This flap is about the same exact size as the opening, which leaves very little room for error. Because of this 2-piece design, it is really easy to get light leak through this section of the fabric. And the other issue with this 2-piece setup is that on the inside, you are losing light into that seam that is black and not reflective, which you don't have in the Aputure because it is all one reflective piece. So ease of use is pretty close between the 2 diffusers. The one thing I will say again about the Godox is that the piece of fabric seems to not really give you much leeway. So sometimes you will find light gaps coming through the Velcro here and there because it's like the exact minimum size that it needs to be to connect, where the Aputure seems much more precise and there's not as much light leak coming through. Weight, very similar. I can't really tell the difference in weight. With the Aputure, you don't have the secondary flap that takes more time to Velcro precisely and account for light leaks and get that on. So again, advantage Aputure. These slightly oversized flaps in the back make it very easy to seal. And they do so with minimum light leak around the back. All right, so final thoughts. I like to save money on gear. This softbox was $130, including the additional honeycomb grid. For $90 more, you can get the magnetic gel holder, an included honeycomb grid, and 2 light panels. Actually, the Aputure comes with a 1.5 stop diffuser and a 2.5 stop diffuser, where Godox also comes with 2. Here's where I think you can save yourself money by actually buying the more expensive softbox. The Aputure is a much higher build quality, where if you find yourself leaning towards the Godox, I imagine that you would have to replace it within a year of moderate use. I've seen in the Amazon comments that some of the rods are breaking. I just generally don't love the inconvenience of the Velcro strips that are barely meant to fit in the softbox it was designed for. The Aputure light, there are no obvious weaknesses that present themselves. I can easily see the Aputure softbox lasting twice as long as the Godox. This is a classic case of buy nice or buy twice. All right, well that's it for this comparison. If this video helped you, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys next time.